Good morning, good afternoon, or good night. I'm Chucks,
And I'm Hannah.
and we are.
Chaos!
All right. What are we talking about today, Hannah?
Baggage.
Okay.
What kind of baggage is baggage to you? Now that's not a question. That's a general statement.
Okay.
So I wanted to try something new today
And I'm
and
scared.
basically ask a question. And I want to see what each of us what the number one baggage is for both of us. Like if you were trying to date someone. Don't say it. If you were trying to date someone and they bring it up and you're like, oh, hell no. On the count of three, I want us to say it at the same time because I think it's the
Oh
same
my
thing.
god. Wait, it might not be the same thing. I don't think it's the
Well,
same
if it's
thing.
not, it's fine.
Okay.
It might not be. Mine is just overwhelmingly like three trash cans of bags
Damn.
baggage.
Wait. I have to think of my worst. I have to think of my worst one then.
Not red flags, like baggage.
Oh no, I have baggage. I have a
Not
couple
for
in mind.
you.
No, I know that. Let me finish my sentence.
I'm going to count down from three and we're going to say at the same time what is the number one baggage for us when it comes to dating someone, like
Okay.
pre-dating, like talking to someone that you might want to date and then they drop it on you and you're like, oh hell no.
Okay.
That's what I want us. You got yours?
I'm just checking. Yeah. I think I know what it is. It's not gonna be the same as yours, but I think
No,
I
I
know.
don't try to make it the same as
Cause
mine.
that's
Just
not, yeah.
what is it? You
Okay.
know what mine is?
I
Don't
feel
say
like it
it.
has okay.
Don't say it.
I think I know what it is, but I'm gonna wait until you say it
Okay.
to react. And you wanna
Ready?
say it in three? Okay, so
Yeah.
ask the question and then count down to three.
So, what is the biggest piece of baggage when it comes to dating someone?
Okay.
Three, two, one.
Debt.
Children.
Oh,
Debt?
yo, that's a good one, dude.
Did you say death?
Debt. Like
Oh, debt.
student loan debt,
Okay. Okay.
they owe
Yeah.
money to people. But
Yeah.
children, yes.
That's what. Debt?
Bro,
I feel like
bro.
everyone's in debt.
I'm not in debt.
You have a car you're paying off, you're in debt.
Oh shit. I have a car I'm paying off, but I'm paying it off
You're in debt.
on time. So I'm not
That
in debt. I
okay.
mean unpaid debt.
Okay.
Unpaid debt.
Like you're in trouble with your bills.
Yes.
Like I have a house that I'm paying off, like that's technically debt,
Yeah,
but I
but
pay
not
it every
but
month on time.
you don't have credit card debt.
No.
You're
Well,
not
I do
financially
have an Amazon
unstable.
card that I pay every month.
Okay.
But no. Like I'm yeah, if you mean like financially unstable.
I mean financially unstable. I
Yeah,
mean you
that's
owe
fair.
$500,000 like that.
Yeah, like what the fuck does you do with $500,000? Okay.
Exactly. But also children is a good one. So let's talk about it.
Like okay, so I would say my list from like top 3, I would say is children and emotional baggage like trust issues. Like
Hmm.
you got some trust issues and it's a
Like
little
they
hard
don't
to get
trust
through to you.
you or you don't
No,
trust them.
no. Like they, not
Like
that
are
they
they
don't trust
shady?
me. It's they have like they're questioning everything like
Okay.
right off the rip. Like they're like,
You say this plant is green and they're like, no, it's blue.
yeah, like hello.
Okay.
Well, I mean that also is a liar, and we don't like liars either.
Okay.
That's a red flag, I would say. That's not baggage.
I mean, if
But
it's
like,
pathological, it's baggage.
it's yeah, that's emotional baggage, I would say.
Mhm.
And then like ex issues,
I think
which
that
kind of
that
goes
should
along with trust issues because
I feel like the X issues would have been your number one, to be honest. I'm surprised. Now I'm surprised.
maybe ex issues would be number 2, but
Okay.
children is an
Okay.
immediate no for me. The
Okay.
ex issues, it depends. Like how how deep is it, you know? Like children,
There's no
there's
coming back
no
from that.
there's no depend no, doesn't depend on anything. If you have a
That's true.
child that don't
That's
want to
true.
be a stepmom at all.
So going into a relationship, if she ticked all your boxes, but she had kids, it would be a no. Okay. Okay.
I I just can't. I don't want to I have no like I don't want to be a mother. I'm good.
Okay. Okay.
I don't want to be responsible for a child unless it's, my nephew and he's here. Like
Okay.
we're hanging out together like then it's fine cuz he goes home.
Oh, okay. I mean, true. True. I think for me, like I said, it's definitely number one is definitely if you're upside down on your finances. Cause I mean, we're millennials. We already are broke, but then you
Yeah.
want to be broker. That's a no for me.
Yeah.
Um,
I would think though actually what's your other ones? And then we'll go into it.
what's the other one? I think number two for me would be if you were like heavily unreliable. Like you tell me you're gonna be here at 5 and you show up 6 days later, type of thing. Like a pattern of inconsistency. Because I'm very,
I feel like that's red flag though.
yeah, but I'm very much a person who looks at your actions rather than your words. And if those two things don't align, then I'm just gonna be like, you.
What do you like? What's the difference between baggage and red flags? I
That's a
feel
good
like baggage
question.
is something you come into a relationship
Relationship.
with
Uh huh.
that is, I don't know,
Okay, so red
unhealthy,
flags are definitely
not unhealthy because
behaviors, and
behaviors.
then like baggage is like, yeah, like kids, financial debt, and like, yeah, kids would be my number three. I think kids, financial debt, and like, how do I put this? So like, if you have a mental disease or disorder, but you're not actively taking care of it.
Like you're not stable.
Yeah, not like kind of like I like stability, okay? But
Yeah,
like you're not taking your medication or
I feel like
this,
that
that, or the
falls
other thing.
under emotional baggage. Like
Yeah. But emotional
I
baggage
think,
is such a broad thing because it could just be like, I'm not over my ex. It could be, I'm
yeah,
a stalker. It could be
that's
like,
a red flag though. Like that's
I'm
a
obsessed. That's all falls under that same umbrella. I feel like your baggage dictates your red flags.
red flags aren't necessarily baggage. I think they're just like, what the fuck? Like, nah, I'm not doing this again.
But I think red flags are also based on your own personal boundaries because my red flag might not be your red flag,
Right.
just
Yeah.
based on boundaries that we all have set for each other. Stop fidgeting. I can hear it. Put it away.
I
That's
can't.
that's a red flag.
No, it's
Yes, it
not.
is. It's a red flag for
How?
me.
You
Your mic's
fidget.
picking it up. I am
You
I,
fidget.
I am controlling half of my fidgets right now. Okay, I'm not even bouncing my leg.
How could you? Oh, let's talk about this. How could you have a red flag about something that you do? I'm confused.
because it's
The
not
fuck?
a
That's
red flag
hypocrisy.
to me.
Hypocrisy. You said it was a red flag to you.
Oh, it's not a red flag when I do it. It's a red flag when you do it.
Yeah. Hypocrite. That's what that
Mid
is.
episode.
Hypocritical. My God. Back on track.
Back to fighting, I
Okay.
guess.
My question is, do you think everyone has baggage?
Of course.
Okay.
Unless you're like a baby.
Wait, what?
Unless
Oh,
you're a
unless you're a
baby.
baby.
Yes, unless you're a baby.
A baby has baggage. They
What?
shit everywhere.
What?
They
That
shit their
doesn't
pants.
count. That doesn't count. They were born. Like they didn't ask for that. Okay? They have no control of their faculties. So
Oh
that does not
shit.
count. Leave
They
babies
cry all the
alone.
time. They have a lot
Again,
of baggage.
they
I'm
whatever.
just thinking my baggage with babies.
Okay.
Okay,
You have
anyways.
issues with babies. We
What
know.
so we I agree. I think everyone has baggage of their own in some way. What do you think your baggage is to other people? Or even to yourself? Like, do you think you have baggage?
Of course I have baggage.
What do you think your baggage is?
Okay. Wait, how about you? You answer the question first while I think about it. I feel like you've had time.
I didn't, but I I would say I have more emotional baggage. And what I mean by that is I'm working on myself and the way I um converse with other people, not like just in a conversation, but the way I used to be extremely shy and just I fucking stay home all the time, and that's actually now too. And I don't go out and whatever. Like, I'm just a homebody, and I feel like to some people that might be baggage. Like, if I dated someone that was an extrovert, they might not really get along with me. Yeah. So I think that's somewhat baggage, but those are things that I'm working on, and those are things I'm very self aware of these things. So, but I do know it's probably baggage to some people. Like, that's probably, when someone's looking on a dating app and I put on there I'm an introvert, they're probably like, hell no, like, I think that's baggage.
I'm also an introvert, but I think for me personally, I have a couple of things that I do that I know annoy people, but I don't
A
think that
couple.
they're baggage. Let
Okay,
me see. Um, I can be. I think for me, it's more. I can get quite like stuck in on something.
like, you're hard-headed.
Yeah, I'm super hard headed. I'm super hard headed. Like I try to be open to things,
You're kind
but
of closed off.
yeah,
No,
but
that's
that's because
different.
I don't
That's
like people.
being guarded.
Yeah,
Right,
I
that's
don't like
baggage.
people. Well, baggage. I
I
just
don't
think
You just
I
don't
think
like
people.
society.
Yes, I just think people are hard.
Hard.
Like hard. Like this is just there's so much. Oh, okay, I get it.
Okay.
I think my baggage would be that at times, unless it affects me in some way, I can be emotionally constipated. Like I don't empathize.
Sorry, I only heard
Constipated.
constipated. Sorry.
I know you
Sorry.
earlier.
Keep going.
Emotionally constipated. I'll give you an example, right? Because there's
Yep.
one thing I don't like something that makes me hyper uncomfortable is people crying. Like people crying, just
Have
like
I cried to you
waterworks.
before?
No, thank God, we wouldn't be friends.
Really?
Yeah,
That's probably good.
Yeah,
I try not to cry in front of other people, but
yeah,
I'm a softie, so it
yeah, no,
happens.
I know.
My eyes water when I get emotional. Like,
Wait, you did cry, but we were having an emotional conversation and I was involved in that. So technically
oh, I know what you're talking about.
it's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's fine. It's fine.
It's like as soon as I start getting anxious and nervous or something, my eyes start watering. Like, it happens in interviews too.
Oh boy.
Like, they just start, this one interview I had like a long time ago before I actually got like a real job. Um, like, there were like 4 people interviewing me, and I was like, oh shit, here we go. Like, just constantly wiping my eyes. I'm like, they probably think I'm fucking crazy. Anyways,
Did you get that job?
no, I did
Well,
not.
now you know why. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think for me, I'm emotionally constipated and I don't deal with my big feelings very well or as emotionally mature people would.
Yeah. So
It,
again,
yeah.
what you said earlier is your baggage for other people is what you think your own baggage
But
is.
yeah, yeah.
But
But
like, I
I'm
feel those are
aware and I'm
things. Yeah,
trying.
yeah, yeah.
Like
The
I'm
good,
trying.
the one thing is to be aware of your baggage and try to make changes. Like, and it's not going to happen over time. And when you're like dating people, like, this is actually another question I had is like, when do you like bring these things up? For me, if it's children, it needs to come up right away. Like, it needs to be on your profile, actually, if you have kids, so I can swipe, right?
I don't
Fucking know
fucking know,
anyway. It's
bro.
been
I
so
don't know.
long
It's been so
that I've
long.
been on a fucking app. But like, I feel like something like that needs to be on your profile.
I think for me, again, it depends. Like if it's gonna be one date and no, whatever.
Yeah.
But if you notice that you're spending more time together before it goes to a more serious level, then those conversations need to be had. Because if you are a gambling addict, I need to know this before I get financially tied to you because I don't want the fucking government on my ass because
I
you
feel
owe
like,
them money. What did you do?
yeah, I agree. Like, something like that needs to be for sure.
I feel like we need to ask one of our relationship friends, like one of our friends who are in a
We're in a relationship.
relationship.
But like, I feel like this is good for us because this is something like when you're dating, like in the
Mhm.
process of dating, like these are things that would come up that you're just like,
Yeah,
no.
I'm just gonna show them this episode. Be like, this is all the things you need to know about
Yeah,
me.
show them this episode and they'll be gone. Good lord.
Well, then that just
I'm
means that they
saying
had
good
no
lord.
fortitude.
Yeah, but so something like emotional baggage though, like I'll just talk about myself. Like when I said that I'm an introvert, but I'm trying to get out more. I'm trying to like do more things to help myself, want
Grow.
to be in public.
Ew.
But like I feel like if I was in a relationship though, of course I would want to like go out, like let's go to dinner, let's go do this, let's go do that. But like there's no reason for me to do that by myself. You know what I'm saying?
There
So I
is
feel like
though.
there are some things that like you can definitely talk about with the person you're dating, but like something like that, I feel like that's not something you need to be upfront about because
Hey, I'm an
that's
introvert.
something you just learn about someone as you're dating them, I guess. You know? I don't know.
Like, okay, there was this show, right? And I think I've sent you the clips. I've sent
Yeah.
you somebody reacting to the clips.
Yeah.
Apparently in 2010, Jerry Springer on the Game Show Network had a show called uh Baggage. I think that was the
Yeah.
name of the show. Might have
Yeah,
been.
baggage.
And I've watched a couple of episodes. I was actually watching an episode just before this. And these people's concept of what baggage is is ridiculous.
What were some of
Like
the things?
one man, the last episode I just watched, one man had collected like 300,000, no, sorry, 30,000 comic books. Like that was his small baggage. He had like 30,000 comic books. But he made the point, yes, I have 30,000 comic books. And the woman was like, that sounds like the 40-year-old virgin. And he's like, okay, but my comics are worth enough that I could buy a house all cash. Right?
But
And
is he in debt because of all those comic books? That's the
no, he's
question.
not in debt. He was not in debt. But
Okay.
however, one of the other guys, his thing was that he slept with Anna Nicole Smith. That's his tiny baggage. And then they asked him, was she aware of that? And he's like, oh, possibly not. What the fuck? I was like, what was 2010? What was 2010? Like, what was the 2000s, the early 2000s? What the fuck was this?
Oh my god.
And one guy, he was like, he has halitosis. I'm like, okay, I
Yeah, I
guess.
remember they do a small baggage, a medium,
Mm-hmm.
and then like a
Look
large.
large.
The large ones were like crazy. I think I remember one where like a guy was a twin and he was like, sometimes I let my twin like
What? I didn't see that
like go
episode.
out to dinner like go out to dinner with my girlfriend. Like what the fuck?
See, Ken,
That's not baggage, that's creepy, motherfucker.
let's add twins to the list of baggage now. If you
Yeah,
have a
no.
twin, I don't want it.
Honestly, like
I don't want it.
that's like something I would have to think about, I think.
No. Mm-mm.
Because I
Mm-mm.
can't tell people apart at all when they're
Yeah, I
twins.
know.
I'm just like, what do you mean you know?
I thought you were going to say you can't tell people apart in general.
Ah! What the fuck?
Nothing.
The fuck do you mean by that?
I'm just going to be like, oh, yeah, you have bad recognition.
The fuck? Oh, wow.
What?
Can't.
No, but these people were wild. But like one woman, her baggage was she sleeps with other women on occasion. So I'm like, so bisexuality? Don't say it, Hannah. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Let's move
I've, I
swiftly
know.
along. Let's move
I'm
swiftly
going
along.
to say something. I no, like
Okay, I'm listening. I'm
I'm
listening.
not opposed, and we've already talked about this.
Hmm.
It has to be a very specific
I feel like
circumstance.
this is your baggage. This is your baggage. This is your baggage. Fuck it.
Well, like the last time I well, not the last time, but the one time I went out with a girl who was bisexual, she just talked about her ex boyfriend the whole date, and I'm like, Jesus fuck.
And now you have trauma around that.
I had trauma before that.
I mean, it's true, but still, like, okay. Anyways,
Like if you are bisexual and you go out on a date, like don't talk about your exes period, but
okay,
don't
okay,
especially talk about your ex boyfriend.
okay, but
Hello?
counterpoint: every lesbian is friends with their exes.
Yeah, and that was something I was gonna ask. Like, do you think people ever really get over their past?
No,
I don't
but
think
I
so either.
think it depends
Like, I think
because
people become indifferent, and I like. There's. It's not about forgiving or forgetting. It's about moving on.
but I think your past can define your future or how you react to what happened to you in the past. Like you can paint the brush of like you can be a person who's like I don't trust anybody because every time I've been in a relationship I've been cheated on. So you don't trust anybody, so you just, you know? So you hold everybody to a specific standard and then you're just like always paranoid.
And that's
Or,
baggage.
yeah, that's baggage. Or you get therapy, you move on, you start dating
You work
healthier
on it.
people, and you figure out that relationship balance.
And you need to be like more open
Yeah.
to things until someone, okay, we're not therapists, but
Yes.
like until someone
Really.
like proves to you that you can't trust them, like yeah.
Yeah.
But I do
Until
think like
trust is broken, I mean, it sucks, but technically you have to trust people. That's just how it works. Trust is earned, trust is easily broken, and it's hard to rebuild. I understand that. I've been there. But at the end of the day, you are basically setting yourself up for failure if you can't open up again, ever. Because you're like painting everybody with the same brush. If you're judging your current partner off the back of what your previous partner did, then what's the point of the relationship?
yeah.
Again, we are not relationship counselors. Don't turn to us for
Yeah, we
advice.
aren't even in relationships, so
Exactly. This is why I said we have to ask certain things to our friends that are in relationships.
yeah.
Maybe next episode
But
we'll get somebody on that is in a
I
relationship.
definitely, yeah, maybe. I definitely don't think you totally get over your past. Cause like every time I think about an ex, I'm just like, fuck you.
Damn.
But like, it doesn't affect me in my life. It's just like
Mhm.
if it comes up, I'm just like, oh, fuck off, you know?
They might feel that same way about you. They might feel that
Oh,
very
I
same
don't,
exact
sure,
way about you. I'm
you
just
know
saying.
what? Probably, and go. I'm gonna use a phrase I've been reading. Let them.
You know, I listened to
Let
that.
them.
I listened to that YouTube episode. I
Did
just
you?
listened. Yeah, there was a YouTube episode. I was like, oh, let me just listen to the
Mel
YouTube
Robbins?
episode. Yeah, it's from 2 years ago. It's probably before she wrote the
Okay,
book.
it's over there.
So there.
Um,
It's not the book we've been reading.
you've been reading. I
Yeah.
haven't read one, bro. I'm gonna read it. It wasn't pulling me in. Like when I read book, it's gotta pull
Did
me
you
in
read the
somehow.
first page?
No,
Exactly.
no,
So
it
how's
needs to
it
pull
pulling you?
me in when I look at it
Is it because it's just a blank cover?
because it's just white and
It's just
boring.
white.
This one's bright green,
Yeah. Is that okay? Okay. Okay.
probably.
So Hannah needs
Hey,
colors,
hey,
y'all.
that's how
Although,
you pull people in with your covers. Don't judge a book by its cover, but I am.
okay, but if I had to judge you by your cover, you're always in dark colors. What does that
So
tell me?
I'm dark.
Oh, okay.
Just kidding. Bro, we're talking about books here, okay?
No, we're
Jesus
talking about
fuck.
baggage. Let's move on. Get it together. Get it together.
Oh shit.
All right, but
Okay.
wait. This is a good time to get the audience to chime in and leave a comment. But I'm going to ask the audience a question. I'm going to ask them, what do they think is baggage? What is their like, if this person dropped this bag on you, would be your non negotiable no?
Children.
Yes, Hannah. We know yours is children and bisexuals,
It's
apparently.
not. My God.
Okay, okay. Bisexuals, you have a chance now. You have a chance. Why are you mad?
I'm not mad.
Are you mad?
I'm not mad.
Okay.
Um, what else?
Yo, that show was wild though, because Jesus. One person was like, I have a small penis. And then he got dumped for that. And in the post
Wow.
show, in the post, like in the like hallway post show thing, he was like, yeah, it's small when it's soft, but not when it's aroused. I'm like,
Oh
then, bro, why
God.
the fuck did you put that in there?
Wow. I feel like like that's obviously like a scripted show,
Oh yeah.
but
Yo, that show got terrible.
you
The Anna Nicole guy also dated, he said, these are his words, remember this is 2010 around ish. He said he dated a transsexual for 2 months. And then um the other guy that he was competing with was like, he literally threw that back in his face. He's like, yeah, maybe me working out might be a red flag, but I care about myself and I'll care about you. But he clearly doesn't care about himself and he wouldn't care about you. And he's, and you're not sure if he's going to go chase somebody else, and he used a slur, which I'm not going to use. And I'm just like, bro, this show is, ugh, ugh.
yeah, it's cringy.
Yeah, it's
It's just like
cringy.
his the Jerry Springer show was even
Yeah, yeah,
worse.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Have you watched that documentary on Netflix?
Oh no.
Oh, it's a good one. It's a good one. You guys, anyone listening, you should watch the Jerry Springer documentary on Netflix. So bad.
It it can be
I remember I would watch it, that show, like
religiously,
as a not a child, but a young adult. I would say in my teens, I would watch that show.
because that's when it would be on. Is when we were in our teens,
Yeah. Well, Jerry Springer
after
was
like
on.
4 p.m. or some shit.
I feel like it was like 90s and early 2000s it was on.
Yeah,
So I was probably like in 8th grade.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I
How
was
old
probably
were
like
you?
13, 12, 13, 14.
Exactly.
What do you mean exactly?
That's what I said. We were
No.
teens.
I mean, that's early teens, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay, okay. But getting back on the baggage track, because we are your resident baggage handlers in this place.
No,
Yes.
I'm not handling no baggage.
What is baggage you could live with?
Baggage I could live with is some emotional baggage. It just depends. Like, are they on the up and up? Are they helping them? Not helping themselves, but they're taking the steps to like self care. Like self care is a big thing for me now, right now. Self love, self whatever. Like, I feel like this is my belief. This is my
Mm-hmm.
opinion that I feel like you should be happy with yourself and in a place where you fully like understand your emotions, understand how to deal with your emotions, how to deal with your emotions when you're with other people before you get into a relationship. Now,
So
does
you
that
shouldn't
mean you shouldn't be in a relationship? No, but like you should know you should be
you shouldn't be
self-aware.
a 50-year-old throwing a tantrum.
You should be self-aware.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, obviously there's arguments in relationships, whatever, but like not bringing in your emotional issues into a relationship that don't
That
belong there.
yeah, so that person has nothing to do with that issue, and then all of a sudden you're dragging them into it kicking and screaming.
Yeah, your partner should support you in your mental health and your emotions and your journey and whatever. But I feel like it's your responsibility.
I thought you didn't see it.
I feel like it's your responsibility to have your emotions
In
under
check.
control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Those are
wait.
my opinions, ladies
Okay.
and gentlemen.
What
Boys and no,
about
not boys and girls.
theys and thems, he's and
Yes,
hims,
yes, yes,
she's and
yes.
hers,
All the peeps.
z's and zems?
What the I've never heard of that, but all right.
Okay. What about, do you think people go easier on baggage outside of like romantic relationships? Like, I
Yeah.
will allow for your baggage if I have no romantic interest in you because at the end of the
Like,
day, it does not affect me.
I mean, you allow my baggage and I allow your baggage. So yeah.
That is true. Although
Now,
I'm just saying, if you had debt, if you were financially unstable, I don't think we could be
you wouldn't be
friends.
my friend?
No, because you'd be asking me to loan money all the time, and I'd have to say no.
First of all, I have too much pride to do. Just kidding. I would ask my mother.
Same.
Like, no, I would never ask friends for money. And if I did, no,
Then that would
I would
be,
feel too guilty.
then you are
Even
in
if I
dire
knew I could pay
straits.
them back, like if I literally asked for money, it would be under $100. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I would never
Yeah.
ask someone for like $5,000. That's ridiculous.
So this would not turn into like a TikTok beef.
No.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
What do you mean? What do you
I
mean?
mean, like you've seen all that TikTok drama, like people, like the friends that all went on vacation together, and they have that one broke friend who came on the vacation, ain't got no
And they all
money,
had to
but
pay.
wants to be on the vacation, and then wants to have an opinion about everything, and then is upset that the friends with money are spending their money.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, why are they getting
listen,
bottle
listen, y'all.
service?
If you don't have money to go on vacation, don't go on vacation.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Especially as a group of people. Yo, like, look up the Aspen trip. Don't look it up on TikTok. It's way too long. Just look it up on YouTube where somebody's giving you a recap of it. But
I'm
look up the
scared.
Aspen trip. That is a prime example of people who have baggage. They know
You
they
need to
have
stop
baggage.
watching these videos so you like cuz you're like I don't know if I want to go on vacation next year. This is why because you're watching these fucking videos. My god, stop watching these videos. You have trauma. This is what it is. You have trauma.
I also
I mean,
watch
we have our own
Airplane
trauma, but
Investigation.
oh yeah.
Before, like, I'll start watching like what's
What's
today.
on
Like I'll start watching like a month out.
my FYP on TikTok right now is the Titanic. It's talking
What the
about
fuck?
yeah, like all the theories about how JP Morgan sunk the Titanic, all this shit. And then also like interviews with the people that survived. I'm just like, this is
Aren't they
fucking
dead?
depressing. Well, they're like old interviews. They I think the last one died like a few years ago.
Damn.
I went to the Titanic Museum.
Okay.
I put my hand in the little like well of water. Like it's supposed it what is the word? It's like as cold as it was when the Titanic sank, and they like how it's like how long can you keep your arm in here? And it's like 5 seconds. It's
I don't know.
fucking cold.
I have a high pain tolerance, so I don't know my
No, bro, it was
the the
me and
masochist in
my
me might be like, yeah, let's go.
me and my sister in law did it, and yeah, she won. I was like, nah, dude. I mean, I was in there for probably 12 seconds. It was fucking cold, dude.
Where is this museum even located? I've never even heard of
Branson,
this.
Branson, Missouri.
Oh, Branson. Branson.
You don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
It was where I was last year for my family vacation we went on.
Oh, is that where you
Remember
went to
we
the
were on a golf
museum?
cart and we went in a cave
Yeah,
on
yeah,
a
yeah,
golf
yeah.
cart? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was concerned.
With me on the golf cart?
Yes.
Why?
At least you were sober.
I had one drink because there was a
Yeah.
bar in the cave. Actually, it tasted like shit, so I did not drink it.
There's a bar in the fucking
It was
cave.
like
What the fuck?
it was
I,
like bat beer or something. I don't fucking know what it was. It
ew.
was
Like
gross. And
bear
that's just
made
what it
of
was
bats?
called. No, you're ridiculous.
Yes, I am. I mean, that's my baggage. Deal with it.
It's your package. We're still friends, so I am.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, so your opinion is that it's easier to deal with friend baggage than it
Yeah,
is to deal. Okay, but what happens, right? I wonder if this is why some people end up dating their friends is because like you already know their baggage,
everything
like
about
worst of
them.
the worst.
I mean, yeah.
Like what would surprise you about me? Like because you know me, you've known me for a bit. Like
What
what
would
would be the
surprise me
thing
about you is
if I
if
had
all of a sudden
kids?
you wanted to have a child, like physically you wanted to have a child. I would be like,
No, get me checked. I haven't got a brain worm if that happens.
be like, I would tell our other friends, guys,
We lost one.
guys, we lost her, we lost her. No,
Mm.
like, and I'm so happy I have a group of friends that don't want to have children because I feel like that's a like with talking about friend baggage. If someone in our group of friends had a child, like I wouldn't be like mad or anything. Like, cool, you want to have a child, but like it definitely changes the friendship. I think not in the way that you don't, not like emotionally, but they are no longer coming out. You know
We
what I'm
don't go
saying?
out. We're homebodies, bro. We don't go out. So
They're
it's
no
fine.
longer coming on vacation.
Oh,
Okay?
like that. Yeah,
They're
because
not
it's
coming anymore.
expensive. Yeah.
Like I've seen
I
what happened to my sister and her husband. They used to go out all the time.
they still do.
Drinking only when I babysit, which is not a lot. But yeah, they stay home all the time. They don't even like taking those kids to the grocery store, man. They're fucking ordering online to their groceries.
I feel like everybody does, but I mean, otherwise it would end up being like the grocery store run from hell because like for us, whenever I went to the grocery store with my grandma,
Yeah.
bruh, she would threaten us. 100%. She'd just be like, before we get into this store, do not put me to pass shame or I'll beat your ass. And my grandmother
Yeah.
was from that old generation where she if she said she would beat your ass, she'd make you choose the switch.
Yeah, now if you beat someone's ass in the store, you're going to jail. Whenever
No.
I had my nephew, he always asked if I could take him to Target. And I'm always like, no, because the one time I did take him, he was in there for like 20 minutes asking if he could get this, if he could get that, if he could get this. And I would tell him no. And he's like, okay, what about this? I'm like, Jesus, fuck, bro. Um,
Do you just not want to have kids because you don't want to spend money on these kids? Is that is what you're saying? You're like,
no, because it's a whole thing, bro.
you just gotta deal with it. Like that's how I deal with my nieces and my nephews. Thank God that my nieces and nephews are now well into their teenagehood, so I don't have to deal with that anymore.
Yeah.
But
Hi,
still,
Ellie.
they just that's where they're at. They just want to
It's
be
like,
in your business. I think
oh,
even
God.
now at their big age, I would not let my niece and or nephew listen into us
Hi, Ellie.
gaming because oh my god.
Ellie wants to say hi. Come here.
Come on, Ellie. Say hi.
Come on. No, she wants to play. She don't want me to. Oh, no, here she goes. Come here. Meh.
Ellie. Ellie. Oh.
Look, Ellie. Look. Oh,
Ellie, say hi to your Uncle Chucks.
Uncle
Hi.
Chuck's.
Hi.
Hi, Ellie.
Hi, Ellie.
Oh,
Hi.
my precious little
She's
baby.
like, you have baggage. Let me go.
Yeah, she's so cute. Mwah.
She's like, leave me alone. I want my toys now.
Oh my god. This is my child, people.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
And
Yep.
if you think she's baggage, I think you're trash. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding.
I get, you know how much time people give me shit because I don't like cats? They're like, but you're a lesbian. I'm like, yeah, and that's a stereotype.
No, it's not. I feel I feel like
Lesbians
having
and
dogs is
cats?
more like I feel like
No.
I don't know,
Lesbian
dude.
stereotypes are they're vegans and they have cats. Like those are the two main stereotypes. People in the comments, what are lesbian
I think most
stereotypes?
lesbians have dogs, and they all have like small yippy yappy dogs. That's not true either because isn't
No,
like the boxer the most lesbian owned dog?
I don't know, but I would not own a boxer. I
I
want a
wouldn't either.
staffy.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a mini pit bull.
Oh,
Or I get the baddest ass dog I could,
a
which would
Rottweiler.
be no, it would be a cane corso. This is those big motherfucking
Those kind
dogs.
of look like
They look like pit
yeah,
bulls on steroids.
they look like pit bulls with Dobermans, kind of.
But like, yeah,
They're big as Dobermans, but maybe a little bigger. But they're beefy.
they're bigger than Dobermans. They're perfect.
Nah, I wouldn't come over to your house.
They're
I'm
like
not.
a
I'm not.
Great Dane on steroids.
I'm not a big dog person. Did I
Yeah,
ever
but
tell you that
they get to
story?
like 100 pounds.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Ah, it's fine.
Ever tell you the story about why I don't like big dogs?
Did one chase after you?
Well, yes, one did, but this is before that. My mom told us when we were young that she was attacked by a German Shepherd when she was 12 and like almost died.
Oh,
She has like scars all over her back and her skull. Yeah.
ish.
And I forget what happened. I think a neighbor heard her screaming and had to like get her and took her to the hospital.
Oh shit.
So yeah, every time there where we lived when I was growing up, there was someone down the street that had a Doberman pinscher, and every time you walked by, he'd be barking at you. He would come like to the edge of their driveway, and it would scare the fucking shit out of me. One day, I was walking or whatever, probably walking to my friends, and I walked by. He came sprinting out of the garage, barking at me, and I jumped in the back of a pickup truck that was happened to be there. I'm like, oh my god! And I actually had at that time I had a phone. And I called my mom. I was like, I'm down the street. It's someone's in the back of someone's truck. Please come get me.
And she had no
And
questions.
guess what? That they had an invisible fence. She's like, my mom can say, she's like, you know, they have an invisible fence. Like,
It's invisible. How the fuck should I know, bro?
you ever know? She was probably like, you ever notice he doesn't come out in the street? Ah, God.
No,
Yeah, I'm a little scared of big dogs.
one of the neighbors down the street, actually one of the neighbors' dogs down the street actually almost took out the back of my knee once. You know that back of your knee meat?
Yeah.
Because I was walking down the street. Thank God for lesbian fashion. Because I was wearing like baggy basketball shorts.
Mm-hmm.
I was just going to the supermarket or some shit. And I had on these shorts and I'm walking down the street and this dog just came out of nowhere. Like I'm walking down the fucking street. It comes out of nowhere and it just latches on, like it just attacks, latches on, but it caught my pants. Instead of it caught like the bottom half of my pants instead of catching the back of my knee. And then the owner comes out and I'm like, and my mother went off on this man. Like she went off. I think she called the police on his dog.
Actually, I
I've
have
never
another
seen that
story
dog since.
that also scared me to death. This turned into a dog attack episode.
Yeah,
Um,
weird. But this
so
is why lesbians like dogs because we keep getting
apparently,
attacked by them.
this is why I like small dogs.
Red flags.
So at our first family house, our backyard was woods and like a hill.
Of
Like
course.
the woods were a hill,
Of course.
and we knew that at the top of that hill, someone lived up there, and they
A
had
hermit.
Rottweilers. They had Rottweilers, which I thought were very aggressive dogs. At however old I was, probably 7, and so we were building a fort in the woods, but we were only like 20 feet up the hill. There was still probably 100 feet of hill left.
You and
And
your siblings, I
yeah,
assume. Okay.
yeah, we had a hammer, we had some nails, we were doing something out there.
Okay.
So
Doing
there
some.
was this The trail up into the woods, there was a part where a big tree had fallen and you had to climb over the stump. Like, not a huge, you just kind of had to lift your leg over it and go over it. And this one day, we got done eating lunch. We go back out there. Me, my sister, and my other sister, stepsister, used to be stepsister. I don't know how that works.
Whatever.
Anyway, went up there, and me and my stepsister saw the dog. My sister like went to go grab the hammer, and the Rottweiler was right in front of her. And me and my stepsister just bolted. I didn't climb over that fucking log. I jumped. I hurdled that log. We ran inside and we were like, Mom, the Rottweiler came down the hill. And she's, where's your other sister? I'm like, I don't know. She's just there. Well, she
We
comes
left her
hobbling.
ass.
She
We
comes
left her
hobbling
ass.
down the hill. We're like, did he bite you? She's like, no, I fell on a nail. She fell on a nail running.
What the fuck?
She had to go to the hospital. This is a true story, dude. I can't make this shit up. That's the first dog, like, trauma. That's where my trauma comes from. That first fucking dog. Almost attacked by a dog.
Dog baggage.
Bro. I do have big dog baggage, dude.
Okay, but what if she has a Great Dane?
No, I mean, Great Danes are pretty much like big old teddy bears, but
Allegedly.
allegedly. I will tell you, when I was at our friend's house recently,
On your
their
Zen
friend
trip?
brought over their Great Dane,
Mm-hmm.
and he was very nice, very gentle, but he did not like me. He he barked at me. He barked at me like and she's like, "Oh, don't stare him in the eye." I'm like, "Okay." But then I would like walk around the couch, like there was a couch and he was on the other side of the couch and I was just standing on the other side. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to go walk over kind of by him, but like
Mm-hmm.
not behind the couch.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I moved, he started barking at me. I'm like, okay, okay. I stand over here.
Probably because he can sense you don't like big dogs, so he's like,
He probably could
"Mer."
sense I was scared.
He could sense the fear coming
And
right off of
our
you.
friends were like, are you okay? Like, are you scared? I'm like, no, no, not scared.
Definitely scared. Definitely scared.
I was scared.
A little
Okay.
scared.
Any more dog trauma stories?
No.
Okay. I might have
So
more. I'm not sure.
lesbians in the comments, dogs or cats?
Dogs or cats? I should be a cat person after all these stories. The
That's
fuck?
that's what I'm
I'm
saying.
just
This
allergic
is
to cats, so I just always didn't want to be around cats. They have claws, okay? And they like to scratch you.
yeah, I know. My grandmother would always tell us my grandmother hated cats. I don't know why. I don't know why she hated cats. She just had beef with all cats.
Hmm.
And she literally put the fear of God in all of us, all the generations about cats. Because my mother doesn't like cats, like my aunts don't like cats. Like
This is
nobody does.
generational
This is
baggage.
generational baggage
It's a
about
thing.
these cats, okay? And so like she would tell us like cats are like devils. They're the demon. Like they're demons. She literally I remember one of the stories she would tell us is about how like one because there's like a neighbor way down the street that had a lot of cats, and she literally said that this woman died and the cats started feeding on her.
I mean, I
And I
think
was
dogs would do
like
that too. I
I
feel
was
like
like
I've heard stories of dogs doing that too, though. But like, if you died in your house and you were there alone for days, I think you would start smelling, and they would eat you.
yeah,
I
like
mean, they're
this is literally what she would
that's gross.
use. Like
Yeah,
we had dogs all the time, but
yeah.
she literally would always say like, no, we're not getting a cat because the cat is just waiting for you to be vulnerable and then it's gonna eat you.
All right, let's end our baggage episode.
All right. So tell us about your baggage. Tell us what your baggage red flags are, and if we just got it completely wrong.
Also, do you think we have baggage? Like, do you think, well, I feel like we all have baggage, but do you think we have baggage that you would be like, nope? Actually, I don't want to know.
Watch all of the episodes and see if you can
I,
find our baggage. I'm sure it's
we
sprinkled
told
in.
them what it was. Fuck.
I know, but still. Okay, like, but they might have other insights. You never know. All right. So remember, beyond baggage, we want to follow your mental health page, which is the,
My mental health page is
yes,
the Gentle Collective on TikTok.
and it'll be here on the screen somewhere. Is it all?
Yeah.
You have TikTok and Instagram, right?
I have Instagram. Instagram is the Gentle Collective shop.
Okay.
Because the Gentle Collective was taken. The fuck?
And you can also purchase bundles,
Yeah. On
which
my
are
Etsy shop, which is linked
yes.
in my bios on my socials.
And you will see a video in the previous episode of her packaging the bundles.
On the mental health edition episode.
I'm just saying,
This episode's going to be called Baggage slash Dog Drama.
dog trauma. Look, I'm just saying, like, I watched, like, I don't like ASMR shit. Like, I really don't.
Mm-mm.
But I started watching your TikTok and
And you fell
I
asleep?
kind of, yeah, I kind of fell asleep. No, but I kind of watch it just to see what people are gonna get. I get like a dopamine
Yeah.
hit because of how you make the picks,
Exactly.
and I'm just like, oh, I'm just waiting for somebody to get a
How do you
premium
think
pick,
I
and it'd
got
be like
into
two
this
more
shit?
picks. I'm like, two more, let's go, let's go. Just in
Yeah,
there.
it is. I
Like,
keep forgetting to tag ASMR on there.
like I am so close to just be like, I'm gonna order just because I want to see. Okay, that's my friend's
I'm
discount.
already bringing you stuff that
Okay.
you picked out anyway.
Yes.
And if you want other things that you see in my videos, let me know. I'll
Wait, I
just
got
bring a
questions about the
whole
crystal.
bag of shit for you guys.
I still got questions about the crystal tumblers.
The crystal tumblers.
Well, yeah, you have not the crystal, like the
The
crystal
crystal
thingies.
tumbles?
Yeah,
The
tumbles.
tumbles?
They're just rocks, like crystal
Yeah, they're
rocks.
just crystals.
But you could just like
It's just crystals, like, they're spiritual. You know,
okay.
some people like them for mental health or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. And where can people find us?
Right here on
And
YouTube
and
and on Instagram, TikTok, tickety tock.
what's our
What else?
handle?
Oh, at the Real Chaos, and on Spotify. All the
Yo,
list,
listen to us on
obviously.
Spotify. We are such a chill
Yeah,
listen
but
on Spotify.
people want to see us though. Like, people are more visual. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I
we are
feel like I
two
would
very
rather
handsome
watch.
individuals.
I don't consider myself handsome, but yes.
You kind of look
You think
like
I'm handsome?
Ellie from the game.
Oh my god, I thought about my dog. I'm like, the fuck?
What the fuck?
Comparing me to a dog? More dog trauma.
Well, she's cute, so.
She is very cute.
But
I'm
with
cute.
the current hairstyle, you look like Ellie
You
from the
think
game.
how do you like this current hairstyle on me?
I enjoy it.
Do you
I
like
enjoy
it
it.
more than my usual hairstyle, which is basically just up in a
Yeah,
ponytail?
yeah, it's less
All right.
boring.
You just call me
What
boring. Just
trauma?
Oh no!
No,
Hey,
but
I've been trying to.
I like the little bun, but I like buns as well because outside of this hat, I usually have my hair in a bun.
My hair is getting long. I do need to get a haircut though, like
Uh,
just a little bit.
yeah. Oh, also, congratulations on Taylor Swift.
Oh my god! If y'all don't know, what do you live under a rock or something?
Even I
Taylor Swift
know.
bought all her records back. All her what do they call
She
it? Like,
owns all her music and
she owns
everything
all her
associated.
music, all the photos associated to those
The
videos,
videos.
whatever. Yo, that was just a shitty situation. We won't get into it, but
But bro, like how much money do you think that cost? Is she now
well, that
financially
the people
unstable?
she bought it from bought it for $360 million. So they're saying she didn't pay more than 400 million. She paid close to 360, but she probably has billion at
Okay, so
least.
she's not gonna start
Nah.
hitting up another tour. What if that was the whole that's a conspiracy theory. Her tour was literally
So she could
how
buy it
she
back.
could buy it.
Yeah, because they bought it in 2020, I think. And she's probably been trying to buy it since then, or trying to make a deal or whatever.
Yeah, but these
I
people
don't know.
could have been the heroes of the story and just given it to her because it's hers.
Yeah, or taking less for it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you
Well,
gotta make some
whatever.
money on it, I guess.
I mean, if they bought it for 360 and she pays 360,
But
and if you add inflation, then they're losing money.
right.
I don't know math, but I feel like they're losing money.
Well, I've never heard of that record
Yeah, no.
company, so I'm
I think
not
they were just
sure.
a conglomerate or something.
Maybe. But
So,
anyways.
next episode, we're going to have
Swifties.
friends. We don't know which friends yet, but friends.
We're gonna have new people on here. Like for
Yes.
one episode. Or
Yes.
maybe a couple.
Two, yeah, maybe a couple, maybe two.
Maybe a few.
They're we're gonna have at least one episode where we talk about, well, I call it the cougar episode. So maybe Hannah, you shouldn't be involved in this episode. You don't like big
I
cats.
I would date an older person, but I don't think we could talk. We'll talk about it on
We'll
that
talk about it
episode.
in that episode. I would just
And
say get your cougar
then,
list ready. Deal.
all
Let's
right,
wrap this
all right.
episode up. All right. So follow us on our socials. They'll be linked in the description and they'll be on the box up top. And give us your feedback.
What box?
We'll do like a little thing on the screen.
Okay.
And the description box. And don't forget
I-
to subscribe. If you're
Yes.
engaging with our content, subscribe.
We want you guys to subscribe to YouTube.
Subscribe. Do that thing you did with your mic.
No. You want me to put it in broadcaster mode? I would sound like I'm on the news.
Yes.
No.
Aw.
Maybe one episode I will.
Okay. Be like, it is 6:50 p.m. Please remember to
And
subscribe. All right, listen.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel, please. Even if you're not gonna watch it, just subscribe. Fuck.
Yeah.
It's so
Let us-
easy. You don't have to pay. Like you just subscribe.
Let us get to 100 subscribers.
That's so sad. Yes, we need 100 subscribers, you guys.
This is the 100 subscriber challenge.
For season 2. 100
Yes.
subscriber challenge season 2.
And maybe we'll marry one of you.
Unless you have
Kyle.
baggage. Unless you have
Baggage. Thank you for watching. Watch our previous episodes. Subscribe. Goodbye.
Later.